Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV, and I'm joined by my old mucker Bernard Deneen from the Citizen Channel. How you doing, mate?
I'm fine, mate. The sun's out. It's a bit warm in here today. It's 26 degrees. We're getting all balmy summer again here.
Be chucking it down at weekend. Trust me, there's a lot of thunder and rain. And I see you're sporting a very nice top there, Bernard.
Sergio, yeah, my lad got me this for me from the right side. My lad got me this for me my birthday a couple of years ago. It still fits, so you know.
Wow.
Anything that
still fits from a few years ago is really good. And hey, my kids got me this. This is my Ray shirt that my lads got me for Father's Day. And actually, just going to lean across. I got another one. This is from Mike Long from the Blues. So that's Mike's. So I've ended up with two.
I got two as well.
I was going to say one for each side, one from front, one for the back. Anyway, guys, we're
just
here.
Wait for the letters to start coming off, and they'll swap them over then.
Guys, we're here to talk about our Premier League predictions for the coming season. And if you didn't know this already, we won it all last season. We did it. We did it. Can we do it again? What can we win? Right, Bernard, I'm going to start by asking you, who is going to win the Premier League title?
Not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough one. At this point in time, as we're recording this, I don't think anyone has strengthened enough to over 38 games deny the wonderful, brilliant, stunning team that is Manchester City.
Good man. That's what I want to hear. Just check my messages. Yeah, it wasn't Pep. That wasn't Pep asking for got a lot of messages coming through. I better get cracking. I agree. I'm going to go down the same route. I want City to win that four-timer, that fold or whatever you want to call it. No one's ever done it before. It'll be something brand new, something different, something that they obviously can't take away from us, and something that is going to be very difficult for anybody, as I said, to repeat. And it will. Well, look, we're already cemented in any reasonable viewer's eyes that we're one of the best teams ever, if not the best team ever in the Premier League. If we win it 4 times on the bounce, no one can talk about us. You know, people want to talk about Arsenal in their Invincibles getting 90 points. Well, we got 100 points. People want to talk about United's treble. Ours was better. People want to talk about the great Chelsea teams or the great Liverpool teams. If we can get that 4th Premier League title, there's no discussion. It's gone. It's over. Okay. So you're saying City are going to win it. And I believe you and I trust you and I agree with you. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Do you want to do it in order, or do you just want to say these 3 teams will finish in the top 4?
No, I'll be brave and say 2, 3, and 4 if you want.
Go on. I'll let you start, Bernard. I'm not going to copy.
Well, I think last season, I think they'll be better this season than they did last season. I think there's a lot of pressure on, but I think Liverpool will get 2nd this season. I think they'll come back.
Wow.
I still think United will do the same. I think United will finish 3rd again, as they did last season. And as far as the 4th spot, I think it'll be exactly the same again. I think Newcastle have strengthened enough to hang on in there in the top 4.
Wow. So let's get this. So you're going City. You're going Liverpool. You're going United. Newcastle.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no space there for Chelsea.
Nope.
No space in the top 4 for Arsenal or Spurs. Wow. And wow. I mean, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Well, there's no way I'm going to agree with that. Apart from City to win it. I'm going to have City to win it. Now, all the teams, Chelsea spent a ton of money, but Pochettino's not going to get them sorted, I don't think, in time. I think in terms of the other positions, wow, I'm just still blown away, Bernard.
It's only Arsenal, really. I'm just hoping more than thinking that I think they'll blow up a little bit this year under the pressure.
But I think the pressure is going to come from having to play the Champions League. That's going to hurt them. I think Villa will have the same problem, having to play in the Europa Conference League. Brighton will have the problem of having to play in the Europa League, and Newcastle will have the problem of having to play in the Champions League. A lot of focus is going to be on the Champions League. I think the difference is if you play in the Champions League regularly, it won't be such a distraction. Like, for argument's sake, United won't be such a big distraction, or Liverpool. But for teams like I said, Brighton, teams like Newcastle, to play in Europe, and Villa is going to be tough. Wow, I'm blown away. Not even having Arsenal. Oh, right. My fourth place is Aston Villa. I'm going to put Aston Villa in there because they finished the season so well last season. Yes, they got the Europa Conference League, but they were third best, I think, in the league after Unai Emery joined them as manager. So I'm going to write mine down. So I'm going to go City. I'm going to go Villa. Oh, it's a real tough one. I'm going to go Newcastle third. Even though they got the Champions League, they've strengthened, and I think they strengthened well, and I think they were solid. I think for Newcastle to finish third, it's up here. It's all in the head for Newcastle now. And second, I'm going for United. United to finish second. And I'm not having Arsenal in there.
Just as where's Arsenal, mate? I wonder what you're thinking about them. He's losing second. I
was tossing up between United and Arsenal. I'm thinking, where's Arsenal? Arsenal.
If Arsenal start this season like they did last season, they'll win it. I will tell you now.
Yeah.
If Arsenal get off to the start, say the first third of the season, first 13 to 15 games, if they get off to the start they did last season, they will win it. But
I agree.
I think we'll know very quickly with Arsenal what the
Arsenal's thing is now they finished last season like a poor team, and it's mentally. Yeah. We could look like mugs.
I'm not sure what the first opening games are. I know they had it quite tough last season, and that's what impressed me because we had an easier start than they did, and they were getting points on us week in, week out, and that's what impressed me.
The thing is, we could look like absolute mugs here, okay? If Arsenal, because neither of us got Arsenal there, but I'm relying on Arsenal's mental issues.
All credit. If Arsenal win the league this year, I will hold my hands up.
Yeah,
and say all credit to them.
I'll give you their start.
Take some coming back from. As I said, we might have given a psychological boost by losing the Community Shield to them. No matter how we lost it, we did lose it. So that was if we'd beat them, I think that would have definitely. I would have been more happier that they were going to finish out.
Look at Arsenal's first 3 games. They're at home to Nottingham Forest.
No, there's a win.
Away to Crystal Palace. Home to Fulham. I can see them winning them all.
Yeah.
Home to Man United. Away to Everton. Home to Spurs. Away to Bournemouth. Home to Man City. Away to Chelsea. Those 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 games, I think that'll tell us everything.
Yeah.
Brazil played.
I know it's a quarter of the season, but it will be. It will be significant.
In those 9 games, they play Spurs. They play United. They play City. They play Chelsea. So I think that's enough to tell us what Arsenal are going to be like that season. Definitely, but it's amazing. Neither of us have put.
We know City have the stamina. We know people write us off, so I've no worries at all that City aren't going to have a good season. It's a simple. While Pep's there, we'll see what happens when he isn't. But while Pep's there, we won't be allowed to have a bad season. Arsenal, Arteta, very well last season, blew it. A lot of pressure on him, a lot of pressure on the players that's still there. They've added to the squad, of course, but still a lot of pressure. Let's see what they're made of. And as you said there, if they're doing well after 9 games, I might say I was miles out, mate. They're going to win it.
You and me both, mate. Okay, next question. Who's going to win the FA Cup?
It's January. When are we playing the World Club thing? Is that December?
December.
Yeah. Again, City will get at least to the semi-final, I think. But again, it depends what other fish we've got to fry at that stage, when we get to the semi-final stage. So City, I think, have got a good chance, but we will drop things if we're still going for the league and the Champions League, for instance. So based on that, I'm surprised if Liverpool do it again.
Yeah, so, I think that's a decent call. Who am I going to struggle with?
I want Newcastle to do something, but again, they might fall short again. But
I'd like them, but I think the Champions League is going to be a huge distraction.
Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea or Spurs, they're not good enough. It's good. I can see us giving up on the FA Cup if we're fighting for Premier League.
Do the same. That's what he's done. I mean, how many semi-finals of the FA Cup have we lost over the years? Plenty.
I'm going to go Arsenal. Arsenal for the FA Cup. They've got to win some at some point.
Well, they have a link with it as well over years, don't they now?
Yeah. League Cup.
Well, it won't be Spurs. About Villa to have a swing at it.
I think Villa. Well, I've got Villa to win. I was thinking Villa, Newcastle. But the problem is for these teams.
I don't think City will win it. I don't think we'll be that bold. I think it will fall by the wayside as far as City are concerned. Arsenal won't be overly bothered about it. So there's the top two. So two of the top teams out of it already. So it's between the rest.
I think there's two things. I think it depends on two things. One, if you're in Europe, you start in the third round. Okay. So that is beneficial. But the problem you've got, I'm just going to try and pick this up about the dates of the Carabao Cup. I think the problem is going to be so you can get through to the start in the third round, but you've got all the European games, and that's going to be all these teams that are in Europe. Their focus is going to be on Europe and the league. So, for instance, the Carabao Cup third round is week commencing the 25th of September. Okay. So, sorry to do this. The Champions League, that'll start, I suspect, in September as well, won't it? Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. When that kicks in, the Europa League will have, I guess, kick in at the same time. See, the first games in the Champions League are the 19th and 20th of September. Then it's the 3rd and 4th of October. Well, that actually 25th of September is the third round of the Carabao Cup when the big teams come in. The match day 3 in the Champions League is the 24th and 25th of October. And that coincides with the 30th of October is round 4 of the Carabao Cup. Now,
probably leaves it open for if Pochettino gets his stuff right for Chelsea, perhaps.
But here's the thing. If you can stagger through rounds 3 and 4, if you can stagger through them, the quarterfinal is in December. The semi-final first leg is in January, and the second leg is in January. In fact, that's before the knockout games in Champions League. So a team could. I'm going to go along with you and say Villa. I'm going to go along with you and say Villa for that because I just think Unai Emery is set up for that. So that's that. Champions League.
I have no idea who's strengthened, particularly with the Real Madrids and the Barcelonas and the Bayern Munichs and all this sort of thing. I mean, Bayern Munich with Harry Kane, interesting proposition, but I didn't see anyone to scare us from Real Madrid or Bayern Munich last season. So unless they bought really well, why not?
Yeah,
why not back to back?
I'll go along that. Man City, Europa League.
I mean, it actually just said if our players are slightly not up for certain things, I think they'll be up for the Champions League again.
Yeah. Europa League,
right? Well, who've got it from England?
Liverpool.
You got to think. I mean, to me, I've got to think Sevilla might win it, depending if they get knocked out. And again, assuming they're in the Champions League, what are they in Sevilla? Because they're the experts at it, aren't they?
I'm going to go Liverpool for the Europa League.
Yeah, well, I mean, they like Europe, don't they? And although it's a bit of a step down, why not? We're in it. Let's go for it. As I said, but I think the fact that I'm putting them into second in the Premier League might just give them something else to concentrate on as well. So,
I
and
agree.
I'm not sure Klopp's squad is fantastically big to cope with some of the, say, resting players in early rounds and stuff like that.
Yeah. Finally, Europa Conference League.
Who's in that from our lot? Brighton?
No, Villa.
Villa?
That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah. Villa? No. I'd go to someone else. I can't. Give Villa the FA Cup a chance at the Thingy Cup. Yeah, so
Bernard.
Matilda, that I don't think. I think it'd be too much for him to.
Can I remind you who their manager is?
Well, I know he's good at it, but I mean that's most of those with Sevilla on it.
It's not just. He's not won it just with Sevilla.
No, but I'm just saying that he won it 2 or 3 times with Sevilla, didn't he? I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean he likes it, doesn't he? But as I said, they can only have one or the other. They can't have both. So if they're going to have the Carabao, they won't have that. But they won't do a double. I can't see them doing a double. So yeah, I understand your point.
He won it 3 times with Sevilla. He won it once with Villarreal. He got to the final with Arsenal.
He loves it, and Villa will love it. Villa, the fact they're in Europe, they'll love it. You know, it's been a while.
I'm going to go with Villa. So if you haven't guessed, I'm going to
do a double. So Villa are doing a cup double.
Cup double for Villa. I'd like Newcastle to win some. So I'm half and half whether Newcastle win the League Cup. I'm changing my mind. Newcastle for the League Cup, and Villa for the Europa Conference League. I'm saying Liverpool are going to get the cup double. Did I say FA Cup for Liverpool? I have to watch this back and
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And if they don't win it, I won't remind myself. But well, there you go, guys. They are our predictions. Let us know in the comment section.
Relegation.
Oh, go on then, Bernard. This is tough. I forgot about that because I've got 5 teams.
I know you got a few down, haven't you? You got a handful. Well, I think of the 3 that come up, I think Burnley are going to be okay. I don't think Burnley are going to get relegated. I think Luton and Sheffield United are going to struggle. I think Sheffield United do better than that other time they got relegated with about 2 points or something. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't very good. So I'm gonna go relegation, Luton, Sheffield United, and that probably leaves. I think you're probably going to put Everton into the mix, but I think Bournemouth might struggle. I think Bournemouth might run out of steam this season.
So you're going for Bournemouth.
But as like you, there's probably 6 teams, even include Wolves in that.
I've included Wolves, Palace.
West Ham should be all right. I mean, I can't. But again, there's nothing in what they've been doing business-wise to say they would be. But Notts Forest, I think, will struggle again. But I'll put it out there: Sheffield United, Luton, and Bournemouth.
I'm going for Luton, Sheffield United, and Everton.
You keep thinking with Everton, it can't get any worse, don't you? That's what I keep thinking.
It'll happen one day. Bernard, mate, thanks you so much for that. It'll be really interesting to see how that pans out during the season.
Oh, we're nowhere near, mate. We're nowhere.
Yeah, how long it is.
When we do the quadruple, we just weren't confident enough, mate.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how long some of our teams remain in those competitions. But it'll be good fun as the season goes on. Mate, thank you so much. And guys out there, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as the new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up because we always like to be liked. And we will see you around Blues.